YouTube, what is going on, everybody? And in today's video, we're going to be talking about two of the best battle royale games out right now, Apex and Warzone. And we're going to be putting them toe to toe against each other in a versus battle royale match. So, I've had some time playing both these games. I started out playing Warzone a lot, and I kind of fell off a little bit with that. And I've really been playing a lot of Apex and enjoying Apex. So I've definitely got some hours into both of these. So I think I have a pretty good perspective on how I feel about both of them. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, we'll start off with Warzone and some of the good things about Warzone, some of the things I enjoy about Warzone. So I do believe that when you play in Warzone, you could load in with the buds and kind of chill and have a chill gaming session. It's less competitive than Apex. Like the Apex rank system is so competitive that it's very difficult to jump in with some randos or jump in with some buds and just have fun and play. It's very sweaty, back and forth action. You're sweating your life out in the rank system. So I do think in Warzone, because they don't really have a rank system, it's a lot more casual, a lot more fun to play. I haven't had too much time with the Rebirth Island, which I would like to try it out, see how I feel about that. Most of my time in there has been with the BR, and I do feel like it's not as competitive as Apex. Maybe Apex Pubs is okay, but I still feel like it's a little bit more sweaty than in Warzone. Also, I believe that the graphics and the graphics in Warzone are tenfold better than Apex. I mean, not that Apex is a bad looking game by any means, but some of the weapon skins and some of the camos and some of the like scenery and stuff around in Warzone, actual Caldera and Verdansk, they were just some of the better looking maps. Just overall look better. Even the skins and stuff and all the cosmetics that you can do in Warzone is just better off and better off than Apex. I also think it's a faster paced game, so that could go either way. It's up to you whether you like to go fast, slow. Most BRs are you can kind of play a little bit of both depending on what kind of player you are. If you like to push a lot of teams or if you like to sit back and relax. Like in Apex, when you're more playing a rank system, I think you're better off to kind of chill back, relax, play your life a little bit better than you are to be super aggressive. To where Warzone, you could play either way, more or less, because it's not, like I said, it's not really a rank system, so it doesn't really hurt you. But I think it's a faster paced game than Apex. Apex is a lot more slower pace. It also I think you also have a better chance for a hero play in Warzone. With the time to kill difference between Apex and Warzone is huge. I mean, Warzone you can hit a couple headshots and a body shot, and you pretty much already killed somebody. To where Apex you're going to be able to sustain that aim and hit them a lot more than you would in Warzone. So I do think that Warzone has a faster pace because of the TTK in the game alone. It makes it more of a chance for like a 1v4, 1v3 opportunity than in Apex where it's a little bit slower TTK and the guns don't kill as fast. So I think it takes a little bit longer, but nothing wrong with that. Just a different type of gameplay, a different type of feel. I kind of hit on this before, but the customization in Warzone is much better in Apex with the being able to put on different scopes and different stocks and different types of things that they have. And Warzone, you could really customize it, make it look just the way you want it, feel just the way you want it. If you want a little bit more stability, you want to put a steeple grip on it, or you want more range, you can put a different type of barrel on it. To where Apex, you're kind of relied on your loot that you get. So that's kind of a hit or miss thing. That's one thing I think I like better about Warzone is which is going to get in my next point, loadout. You can get your own loadout in Warzone. So I mean, you make your loadout that you want. You get your kills, you get your money, you call in your own loadout. Therefore, you get everything that you need. You're ready to rock and roll. It's definitely better than the loot. I mean, loot system's fine for sure. Once you drop in first Warzone, you got to get all that loot, which is fine. But being able to get your own customized loadout, get your own perks and everything is just head and shoulders, I think, better than dealing with all the RNG of loot. You might land somewhere where you don't have a ton of loot in Apex. You might be looking for a 301 or something, and you might not be able to find one for 10, 15 minutes while you're looting around. To where within 10 minutes of Warzone, you probably have your own loadout, and you're able to call in your own weapons, and basically you know exactly how you feel, and you know exactly where you're going. You can start playing the game. So that's pretty much Warzone's good points. And one bad thing about Warzone that kind of turned me away from it is the cheating. Yes, we all know Warzone is bad cheating. Unfortunately, it's kind of turned me away from it for a little while. They don't. I mean, I know they said they have a anti-cheat, but it just doesn't seem to do anything. I mean, I've loaded into a couple games, get cheated on. It's nothing's more frustrating than when you're on a heater, you're in a good game, and then you run into a cheater and you're dead. And you notice that he's wall hacking, he's got an aim bot, and there's nothing you can do. And if you watch any big time streamers or anything like that, they'll tell you all about it. They'll know all about it. They know when it happens, and it happens more often than not. So unfortunately, I think that's why I kind of strayed away from Warzone for a little while. I'll probably get back into it pretty shortly. So with that being said, let's get into Apex. Apex has a better anti-cheat system. I've been playing Apex for a little while, and I don't think. I mean, it's tough to say, but I haven't really ran into too many cheaters in Apex. I think the anti-cheat is much better, much more up to date. Much more reliable than it is in Warzone. So that's good. I mean, no matter what game you play, you're always going to run into cheaters and whatnot. There's always that guy that's got to, oh, I got to cheat, I got to be the best, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Apex, I do believe, has also a higher skill level. So, because, the game's been out for a long time. So it's difficult for new players to come in, pick it up, play it out, try it out. It's difficult because of the game's been out for so long. So a lot of people play this game for, I don't know exactly how long it's been out for. Years it's been out for. So the skill level in Apex is much higher than it is in Warzone. Warzone's been out for a little while, but Apex has been out for longer. And I just think that has a lot to do with it, the skill level. And also, Apex has a longer time to kill, which I kind of hit on before. It's you have to be able to you got to have your aim on point when you're playing Apex, or you're gonna lose a lot of gunfights. And gunfights feel completely different in Apex. The gunplay feels completely different in Apex than it does in Warzone. And Apex, you're a lot more, like I said, you got to be on point with your shots. You can't miss, or you're going to lose. To where Warzone, you have a chance because the time to kill is so much faster. Even sometimes you get the first shot, you still might lose in Warzone. To where Apex, usually if you get the first shot, as long as you hit your shots, you're going to get that kill. Also, another good point about Apex is the looting, or I'm sorry, negative thing about Apex, I think, is the looting. You have to spend a lot of time looting. A lot of the game, a lot of your loading in it's looting. Finding the right weapons, finding the right attachments, getting the right clip, getting the right barrel. It could be kind of irritating because you're really based on your RNG. I mean, once you learn the maps, you got to know where all the weapons are when it drops. But sometimes it changes, and they change it up every season, and they put different guns in the care packages. So I mean, like this season, there's no flatline, no vault, so it changes. So that's kind of nice, but it's you're very RNG based. You might drop and find everything you need, or you might drop and wait 5 minutes and get in a gunfight and lose right away because you can't find nothing. So it's definitely something that's it's hit or miss for sure. You also have legend gameplay in Apex, which I find absolutely phenomenal. I love this. I love being able to play all different types of weapons, all different types of legends and stuff. It's really fun learning the new legends and how to play, and a lot of them play completely different. Like a Bloodhound plays completely different than Wraith, for instance, or Wraith plays completely different than a Crypto. There's just so many different ways that you can play the game that I think is really what brings me back to Apex more, because there's just different types of ways. So where Warzone, they have their different operators, but they don't do anything. They don't do anything different. Where Apex, they do something different every legend that you pick. Also, last but not least, I think that the map selection in Apex is just it's tough. It's great. It's really good. A lot of the maps in Apex are good. Even Olympus is a mediocre map, but it's better than Caldera. Like I said, I've loaded into Caldera quite a few times, and I struggle to see things in that map, traverse the map. I know they've made some changes to it, and I haven't really went back to it since, but I probably will eventually. But I just think the map rotation in Apex is much better than Warzone. So, all in all, I think it's really just kind of how you guys like to play. What it really matters on your type of gameplay. Do you like to play fast? Do you like to play slow? Because if you like to play fast, then Warzone's probably your better bet. It's less methodical. To where Apex, you got to be more methodical, more precise with your aim, and more play a lot more slower. You got to play your life a lot more in Apex. To where Warzone, you're able to push, I think, a lot better because of the time to kill, and you have that chance for a hero play. So without further ado, that's the end of the video. If you guys like this video, please leave a like, comment down below on which one do you enjoy better, Apex or Warzone, and hit that subscribe button, and I will talk to you guys later.